The following is a special sports presentation of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Bengals Weekly. I'm Dan Horde. He's Dave Lapham. This week, it's the final road game of the year as the Bengals head to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And one of the things we have to look forward to, Lap, is the possibility that Joe Mixon will go up and over 1,000 yards for the season after back-to-back rushing performances of 136 plus. He's 75 yards away.
It's amazing. You look at Joe Mixon, the last 6 games, he's over 600 yards rushing. He's averaging over 100 yards a game. So I think the metamorphosis of the ground game has been a thing to behold. It really has been. I mean, they junked one scheme up front, came up with another that was angle blocking, gap blocking, pinning people, pulling people. And now all of a sudden the defensive linemen aren't really sure everything's coming from. They're being hit and attacked from all angles. And one thing about Jim Turner I like, he's not afraid to have his linemen cut people. Get down and take people off their feet and give Joe Mixon a cutback lane. And Joe's reading it all out exceptionally well. I think, offensively, the running attack improvement has been the thing to take note of. Defensively, they're still playing winning football. You hold the Patriots to less than 300 yards, Tom Brady to 128, they affected him. Sacked him twice, hit him 6 times. They affected Tom Brady in that football game. So defensively, they're still playing at a pretty good level.
The passing game was not that effective last week, but early in the game there was a nice moment for tight end Cethan Carter. His first NFL catch went for a touchdown.
Yeah, and during the week of practice, Cethan Carter never caught the football in that play when they ran it, and they ran it quite a few times. Tyler Boyd was kind of the primary look, and he was next to Cethan Carter. Cethan Carter was outside, Tyler was in the slot. They had 3 tight ends. CJ was on the field as well on the opposite side of the formation. 3 tight end package in the red zone, and Cethan Carter saw that the corner was off of him. He hooked it up, and he hit him, and he turned, spun inside, squared those shoulder pads up, scored his first NFL touchdown on his first NFL catch. That dog will hunt.
And that's this week's Clutch Performance. It is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, Clutch Performance in the world.
Dalton's first pass today fires, and it's caught for a first down and a touchdown. Cethan Carter, that's his first NFL catch. And it goes for a touchdown. What a drive by the Bengals.
Time for our weekly visit with Bengals head coach Zach Taylor. Let's start with the biggest positive from last week and the last couple of weeks, really. Joe Mixon averaging 141 yards in those 2 games. Has he given you an offensive identity?
He's really helped us. I've been impressed with Joe all season, and the chemistry between him and the offensive linemen, tight ends, receivers right now has been really good in the run game.
We see his enthusiasm on game day. What is he like at practice and in the meeting room?
Same. He's the same person every day. He's always bright-eyed in the meeting rooms, and oftentimes we're in there for a long time and takes a great attention, and he does a great job and then takes that energy over to practice, and you guys see it on game day.
Turning to the defense, you've held your last 4 opponents to 308 yards on average, which over the course of the entire season would be 6th best in the NFL. Do you think you've identified the building blocks of a good defense going forward?
I think in a lot of areas we're playing winning football on defense, and it's very clear that we're not scoring enough points on offense. We've had too many turnovers, but the defense has done a really good job putting us in position to win.
It's easy to look at the running game and see how you dramatically changed things and got it going around the time of the trip to London. Have there been things like that on defense that aren't as easy for us to see?
I think just the continuity. Guys have been healthy for a good portion of this last half of the season. They're starting to settle into the things that we're asking them to do schematically. And they've done a really nice job for us. Lou and his staff have really done a great job over the course of the season.
This is the 2nd straight week you will face a quarterback that's older than you are. Tom Brady last week, Ryan Fitzpatrick this week. This is the 8th NFL team that he has started for. When you watch him, what stands out?
He's a gunslinger. He's played a lot of football, really smart, aggressive, likes to be aggressive and take chances. And that's why he's had a lot of success over the course of his career, and he's a really good quarterback, and it'll be a tough test for us.
You spent 4 years in Miami. It's going to be about 40 degrees warmer than what you will practice in this week.
Yep.
When you were with the Dolphins, did you used to think of that as an advantage?
It works both ways. Sometimes you had to go up north in December and play some pretty big games in some cold weather. I think ultimately they probably practice indoors most of the time this time of the year to stay out of the heat, to be quite honest. That happened to us a couple times down there. So our guys will be excited to go out there in warm weather, and it feels a little bit like training camp. And we got to do a great job hydrating, of course, over the course of the week and being ready to go.
You gave the guys Monday off. They're banged up and bruised. They're probably mentally fried as well. How about yourself with 2 games left in the regular season?
I've never felt better, and it's, we're still excited to put together a game plan and go try to get a win down here in Miami. And it's all part of the job, man. If you're not fired up, then get out of here.
Best of luck this week.
Thank you.
We'll put Zach on the telestrator when Bengals Weekly returns. Bengals Weekly is brought to you in part by Fifth Third Bank, on the field, in the weight room, and in the community. Fifth Third Bank and the Bengals are driving to better. Learn more about the drive to better at Bengals.com/53. And by McDonald's, the greater Cincinnati area. McDonald's owner-operators are proud sponsors of the Cincinnati Bengals.
This is my favorite time of the show with Bengals head coach Zach Taylor, because I always learn something. Hopefully you do too. What do you got for us, Coach?
So the first one here is a sack we got. As you can see, it's 10-10. We're about to get the ball back here at the end of the second quarter and go put ourselves in position to have a lead at halftime. So it's 3rd and 11. Defense really does a great job. You can see we're in a double-A look with these 2 guys inside here.
Right.
They bring the back in. So one of the things they're doing is they're looking for a man zone tell. So they see a corner outside on a back, so that tells them zone coverage most likely, unless you're disguising it. He brings them in. He checks probably from a man beater to a zone beater.
Right.
And we're in a double-A look here, so the back's going to fit up there in the A-gap, so he can get up there and block in the A-gap. But the coverage ends up being really good, and really the rush is impressive. So as you can see here, our guys are going to bail out, so they're just giving it a double-A look. Carlos comes in there really and picks the guard and the back at the same time and allows for Sam to come over the edge and finish off that play. So really good job with the rush and the coverage marrying each other and giving him a tough look and then getting pressure on the quarterback.
Brady likes to climb the pocket. You guys did a great job in not allowing him to climb the pocket. He's made a career on just stepping up, climbing it, and making plays.
Yeah, guys did a good job not rushing past the quarterback and staying disciplined in the lane. So then we actually fumbled the punt there, which was tough because they had a great stop.
Right.
But the defense, again, sudden change, did a great job. All they could do was try to stop them again on 3 plays. So it's 3rd and 8 here, 54 seconds left in the quarter, still a tie game here. Do a really good job because here we're in the red zone fringe. We don't want to give up 7 points, hold them to a field goal here. We're in single high defense here playing man coverage. We do a good job cutting the crosser here off the stack look. Nick does a great job cutting it off. You can see here everyone's in pretty tight coverage. We can be a little better with our eye discipline, but you can see, again, Carlos does a great job here beating the tackle and getting in the backfield and not letting Brady escape up front. And Sam coming in there to clean it up if he needed to. So nice job by those guys.
Yeah, Dunlap and Lawson, boy, they're off the edge
quick.
Yep,
they did a nice job. And then here offensively, this is the first drive of the game. So they went down and scored on the first drive, and we needed to go answer. And so we had a good first drive there by our guys. You can see here we're in 13 personnel. We call this Big 13 personnel because we got number 74, Big Fred Johnson, in there.
He's big.
As the extra tight end. So we're just going to run a tight zone run here. So you're going to see the tight end on 58. These guys doubling up to 23. They're going to double on the backside. So we got everybody covered up here. And Gio's going to do a nice job being disciplined with his track, outside leg of the front side guard. Does a great job setting up his blocks in the second level and then getting one-on-one with the safety and getting us a little bit of yards after contact there and put us in position to go score a touchdown on our first drive.
I love it. Put it on your big boy pads, get a lot of big bodies out there, and then Gio, hammer it. That's good stuff to watch right there.
Yep, those guys did a good job on the first drive.
Coach, good luck this week in Miami, and Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Thank you very much.
Defensive tackle Geno Atkins has been voted to his 8th career Pro Bowl, the most ever by a Bengals defensive player. Congratulations, Geno.
Hey, Bengals fans, it's the McDonald's Pounder Play of the Game, brought to you by the Quarter Pounder and Double Quarter Pounder with cheese. So tackle your toughest appetite and pound one today.
Here's a pitch to the right. Mixon starts right, looks to cut back, breaks through a tackle, runs to the 45, the 50, still on his feet, cutting back toward the numerals, and Mixon gets tackled at the Patriots' 32-yard line by Stephon Gilmore. Coming up, 'tis the season to be giving, and several Bengals players are. We'll have the story when Bengals Weekly returns.
Show your Bengals spirit by joining the Who Day Ladies, presented by Kleenex, Kotex, and Cottonelle. Members will receive exclusive club gear, access to special club events, and so much more. For more information and to sign up, visit Bengals.com/ladies.
This week's Drive to Better is presented by Fifth Third Bank, where it pays to Who Day.
It's that special time of the year, and the Men in Stripes are giving their all to families in need. Holiday joy, an appearance from Santa, and cookies indeed.
We are just so thankful that each and every one of y'all are here today. And so that is why we're gonna read this book and then have some fun after. You guys ready? Yeah!
'Twas the very first Christmas when all through the town not a creature was stirring, there was not a sound. Here we go! Merry Christmas, everyone.
Meanwhile, Bengals teammates and staff join the Salvation Army for a fun-filled shopping experience. Games, books, and toys, this impact of giving back brought happiness and joy.
Got your car yet? Can't go wrong with the car. Oh man, it means everything to you because you know it's hard times for a lot of families out here that a lot of people don't know about, and it's a blessing just to give these things away and see the smiles on their faces, and their kids gonna have a great holiday.
But it didn't stop there. Gino Atkins and company spread holiday cheer to the kids at Cincinnati Children's Hospital.
Drawing, painting, we got build you a gingerbread man, draw a Rudolph, door signs, so anything so we can sit down and have some fun.
A table of gifts, coloring, and quality time with everyone's favorite tiger, Who Day. One last stop. The Daltons surprised families with personal gifts under a tree for each family member to enjoy.
Another part of the surprise, we wanted to have a tree with gifts for everybody in the family. Merry Christmas, everybody!
This season, every time the Bengals complete a drive of 53 or more yards, Fifth Third Bank will donate $530 to student loan relief. Enter for the chance to win at 53.com/Bengals. Time to go to the telestrator and take a closer look at this week's opponent, the Miami Dolphins, a team that started 0-7. They've gone 3-4 since.
Yeah, they won 3 out of 5 in a little stretch there. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is a big reason why.
Fitzy.
Let's take a look. They're going to motion the receiver. Since nobody's running with him and they're going to shift a little bit, Ryan Fitzpatrick knows it's zone. So he knows that's why you motion people. Somebody runs, it's man. If they don't and they shift, it's zone. So he reads zone, and he's going to try to get the ball right here to Parker. Parker's going to run his route. And what Fitzy's going to do, as you see, this safety is shifting toward the middle of the field with the motion. So he's going more into the center field area. Watch Ryan Fitzpatrick's eyes. He's going to manipulate this safety with his eyes, and he's going to find a little room. Look, he's looking to his right the whole time. Safety's starting to leak this way. He's going to hit this slant to Parker before the safety can recover. So he's going to split 2 defenders with a howitzer. Touchdown. Manipulation of safety with eyes. Ryan Fitzpatrick, veteran quarterback, can do it as well as anybody. This is the other thing he still gives you. Ryan Fitzpatrick, all right, now, looking to throw the football. Breaks down. Can't get him on the ground. He gets out of pocket. He sees them back, heads turned, man coverage. He's in the back of the end zone. He's taking him over here. He's got room to run. This is the only guy he's got to worry about. If they drop coverage, he's going to throw it over their head. If they don't, he's going to run it in the end zone. He's got him on a string. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Take a shot, too.
Take it in for the touchdown. Big play right there. Now we're going to take a look at Baker out of Ohio State. He's going to bite on the play fake and watch him. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I got to get back here. I got to get back to my zone. Very athletic. Drops back. Eli Manning, inaccurate throw. Baker makes him pay. Not only the interception, return it. Reverse field position. Good player. Inside linebacker of Ohio State, Baker. Dolphins. They win games. No question about it.
All right, time now for this week's Bengals trivia question. Joe Mixon has topped 100 rushing yards each of the last 2 weeks, which is not a Bengals record. Who holds the Bengals record for most consecutive 100-yard rushing performances with 4? We'll have the answer when Bengals Weekly returns.
Wishing all the Bengal fans out there a happy holiday season.
Happy holidays from the Cincinnati Bengals.
Hoping all of our fans have a wonderful holiday season.
Happy holidays from our family to yours.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays.
Hey Bengals fans, we want to wish you and your family a happy holidays.
It's now time to get to know your Bengals. If you could have dinner with any celebrity, living or deceased, who would you have dinner with?
Probably right now I'd like to go to dinner with Travis Frederick. Center for the Cowboys, just kind of pick his brain. I think he's pretty miraculous with him being down last year with his injury and fighting back and being still a leader on the team. I'd love to be able to sit down with him.
Abraham Lincoln.
Definitely Tupac.
Probably LeBron James.
LeBron James.
I say LeBron James. That'd be a power play move because I love the tenacity he plays with on the court, but I love his business mind.
Jennifer Aniston.
I love you.
Denzel Washington. Big Denzel fan if you guys haven't noticed yet.
I probably want to be with Warren Buffett because he's one of the most richest people on this earth. So just kind of pick his brain and see how, he got to where he is.
Jay-Z, I would like to meet Jay-Z. He's a very smart guy, a very business person. Never in the media. I like the way he carries himself, so I definitely want to meet Jay-Z.
Welcome back. Time to answer this week's Bengals trivia question. Who holds the Bengals record for consecutive 100-yard rushing performances with 4?
Well, you had to dig deep for this one, sir. All the way back to the first season of the Bengals' existence, 1968, Paul Robinson rushed for 1,023 yards. He had 4 straight 100-yard games rushing, and he led the AFL in rushing that season. Offensive line probably felt a little good about that as well.
I'm sure they did. Here's what's coming up on our Bengals radio shows this week. On Wednesday night, we'll be in the studio for the Bengals Game Plan Show, 6 to 8. It's brought to you by Bud Light. Keep it crisp. And then on Friday, our final on-location radio show of the year will be at Buffalo Wings and Rings, the Beckett Ridge location, from 3 to 6 for the Bengals Pep Rally Show. Time now for this week's Sideline Report, brought to you by Tri-Health. The Bengals got through a late season game last week without major injuries. Always a good thing.
Yeah, that is a good thing. Sam Hubbard came back after nursing that knee injury for a week, so that was a good thing. And he played well. He had a quarterback sack. This time of year, everybody's limping around. Everybody's got bumps and bruises. And I think Zach Taylor said, you guys are still giving me good effort, and I'm going to give you Monday off so you can lick those wounds and come back, have 2 days off, Monday and Tuesday, to refresh your bodies, come back on Wednesday, go to work, go down to Miami, beat the Dolphins.
We are heading to Hard Rock Stadium. Let's get to Lap's keys to the game.
First of all, ground and pound. Keep that running game going. Joe Mixon's playing at a very high level. Since the bye week, over 600 yards rushing in 6 games, over 100 yards a game. He's closing in on 1,000, 75 yards, he'll have 1,000 yards rushing. Miami is struggling. Ryan Fitzpatrick's the leading rusher on the football team with 219 yards. Their yards per carry at 3.4 and the yards they're giving up at 4.6. That minus 1.2 ratio, worst in the league. They're having trouble running it, stopping the run, ground and pound with Big Joe. And then obviously avoid self-destruction. -5 against the Patriots.
Not good.
You're going to lose against just about everybody. Right now, the Miami Dolphins are minus 12. The Cincinnati Bengals are minus 16. I mean, they're tied for worst in the National Football League with the LA Chargers with that ratio. The Bengals only have 12 takeaways. You know, they are giving the football away, can't do it, but 12 takeaways, dead last in the league. Take the ball away from the Miami Dolphins because they're giving it up. They get 25 giveaways, the Bengals have 28. And then protection pressure. Two teams that are struggling in that area. The Bengals are minus 20 in terms of sacks given up and sacks generated. Minus 20. That's 31st in the NFL. The team that's worst?
Ding.
Miami Dolphins. Minus 36.
Wow.
I mean, they're almost 2 times as bad as the Bengals. 54 allowed, and they've only gotten 18. Protection pressure. Pressure, Fitzy, protect Andy.
And that's going to do it for this week's show. For Lapp and our crew, I'm Dan Horde. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week after the pigskin flies in Miami. Bengals Weekly was brought to you in part by McDonald's. The greater Cincinnati area, McDonald's owner-operators are proud sponsors of the Cincinnati Bengals.